You know, when I left the Army in 1994, 95, I came to Illinois instead of going back to New York, where I grew up. And the reason why I went to Illinois was twofold. One, I wanted to stop in and see my brother, because my brother was living out here. And two, I was trying to get as far away from people as I could possibly get. And going in New York would just put me back where I was, you know, and I wanted something different. Keep this private. The mayor-elect, I don't know if he's mayor-elect, the Muhammadani, like whatever the fuck his name is, the socialist, the communist that won the primary for the fucking Democratic Party in New York, wants to tax the shit out of rich people and white people, specifically so that other people can move into Chicago, into New York, and they have enough money, and they deserve this, and they deserve that. And let me tell you something. You don't deserve shit if you think that you could just come over to the United States and then just find a place, and then somebody's going to fucking pay your rent for you to live in New York. When I left, rent out there was close to $1,000, $1,500 when I was going to, I had the decision to move back. It wasn't going to be any cheaper. That was 30 years ago. I think the cost for the average apartment right now is probably close to $2,500 for one, possibly two bedroom, depending on if you decide to live in a better neighborhood or in a slum. And I'm sure that there's some places that'll charge you upwards of $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a month of rent. And let me tell you something, no newcomer to the United States, unless they come here with money, with fucking gold, with untold riches, deserves to have their own fucking place. Because otherwise, when I left, I had friends that were living together 4 or 5 deep in a 2-bedroom, and there were people in the couch, and there's people in that other room over there, and hey, we're still all chipping in $400 or $500 a month, and at least we're together and we have this place and everything like that. And the mayor wants to fucking charge people who live there and who have money, who've made businesses and money and everything like that, and give it to newcomers. And I'll say it again. You don't deserve to have your own fucking place coming out there. Because unless you come with a PhD and you're a fucking doctor, you don't deserve your own place. Sorry. And you certainly don't deserve it at the expense of people who've lived there and who've made money and who've made a life for themselves, just to be overtaxed so that you can receive money and you can receive this and you can receive that, and you're unworthy. You're unworthy. So, I don't know. Suck a dick. Sell your ass. Do whatever you have to if you want to live in a place, that allows you in order to fucking live by yourself and everything like that. Or do what I did, and that is to move as far away from New York and people like that as possible, so that you can live in the middle of nowhere and you can afford $200, $300, $400 a month to live by yourself. Because otherwise, you live in a big city like that, you want the amenities that come along with living in a metropolis such as New York or Chicago or Los Angeles. No, nobody should be promising you anything to move there, especially if you come with nothing. If you come with nothing, you better be expected to work your ass off, and in the meantime, you shouldn't be receiving help in order to live in a one or a 2-bedroom apartment by yourself in a nice neighborhood just because, you like the neighborhood. It doesn't matter. I live on a farm in the cornfields, and I'm happy with that. I like that. But if I wanted to move into the city, I wouldn't be able to afford a place by myself, or I wouldn't be able to afford a place in a nice area. I might be able to afford a place in a slum, in a shithole, because there are plenty of shitholes in Chicago and in New York and everything like that. And I'm sure that I could find a little, little room for $200-300 and everything like that. I'm sure I could. But I can't expect other people in order to pay for it, And the mayor, Muhammadid, whatever his fucking name is, is claiming to, want to, make minimum wage $30 an hour and everything. And, dude, you're out of your fucking mind. They should throw this piece of shit back out of the country and send him back to wherever the fuck he came from. Especially that he's claiming to be a socialist and a communist and fucking, I think there's laws against that. So, I don't know. America, don't be a bunch of pussies. Do what's right. Speak up. Say something to your congressperson, to your neighbors. Talk to people. Tell them, we can't afford this kind of thing. We can't afford to be overtaxed so that people who don't even belong here can have a nice place to live. And if they want to live in the United States, then tell them find a farm, find a country location. You may have to drive. It may be more costly to move around. And no, there won't be a grocery store on your corner if you live in the middle of nowhere and everything like that. And you may have to bicycle or walk or drive or whatever it is in order to get out there. But that's what you deserve. You don't deserve to live in Brooklyn, in Manhattan. You don't deserve to live in any part of New York if you're sucking off the system. So that's it. Get some shit done. I'm gonna go inside. Planet Fitness. I'm gonna go take a shower and fucking get ready to donate some blood and fucking feed my cats and get some shit from the store, because today's the day.